Hi, my name is Carl Benson from the Suffolk Latch Company, and today I'm going to do a short video explaining the dark and mysterious world of the Sash lock, the Mortise lock, the deadbolt, the tubular latch, the bolt-through tubular latch. It's a complete minefield, but hopefully this video will give you enough information that you can walk away and make the right decision for what you're going to purchase. Okay, we'll start off with the standard tubular latch. So the terminology here, this part here is called the fore end. This bit you see on the edge of the door. The important part is this bit here from the edge of the fore end to the middle of the mortise bar. That's called the back set. Now that determines where the handle will be on the door itself. So generally speaking, this is quite a short one, and this one here is designed for use with a lever handle. I'll get onto that, but the thing with a lever handle, if I grab one here, you'll see with a lever handle your hand is taken away from the edge of the door, so you can actually have a fairly short back set. And the idea behind that, this passes through, the handle then sits on top, and that's how you operate the catch. Sorry, the other way around. Then the handle then operates the catch, as you can see there. Now moving on from there, things get slightly more interesting. If you're going to be operating a doorknob, the thing you've got to take into consideration with a doorknob is that the hand grasps around the outside. Now with a latch with this kind of short back set, the issue is your knuckles will be grinding on the edge of the door frame. So for that reason, we go for a longer tubular latch. Again, you've got to take your own measurements and decide what's right for your door. Is it going to be a Georgian panel door? Often with Georgian panel doors you have a middle style, so you can take this a little bit further so you can't actually see the fact that it's not running down the centre of the side rails. Also here you'll notice these two bits here. Now these are really important. If you notice them here, they don't exist. And these are what they call bolt throughs. Now the idea of a bolt through is, if you operate like a lever on rose handle, the idea is a lever on rose, you actually bolt through these two openings with something like this, which in effect clamps the two handles or knobs either side. You'll notice with this one here, often with round doorknobs, you have this 3-hole configuration, and when you start putting it together like so, bring it down, you start to notice that the handle itself actually operates in the same way, where you actually have the two fixing holes bridge either side of the tubular latch, and the whole side here actually bolt through the side here. That's really important. Okay, so going on from there, so bolt through connection. Now this particular handle here has what we call a separate fore end. It swivels, you might think it's a fault, but once you place that over the top of it, the whole thing tends to calm down, and you then have a standard tubular latch. The thing I like on here is things like this particular piece here. This piece here is what I'd call a chip guard. In effect, this goes inside the door, so once the carpenter's chopped out the material in the door, this inserts inside there. The keeper goes over the top of that, and you get a nice clean opening. You don't see all the chop marks into the timber. And going on from there, often when you see technical drawings when they refer to the latch, they're referring to the overall length, which I don't understand, but that is industry standard. The important part is to actually look at what they call the back set, from the edge of the plate there to the middle of the mortise opening. This particular latch here, another thing to take away from this, it's got a heavy duty spring inside it, which is something you've got to use for things which are in effect unsprung. This particular doorknob here is sprung. You can see a little spring inside there, but often they're not sprung. And likewise here, this is sprung. But if you've got a doorknob going in which is in effect unsprung, you want to go for a heavy duty tubular latch. Another thing to take into consideration is these things work beautifully as long as they're carefully aligned. The problems I see most often with this is that obviously when the carpenter comes, they'll scribe a line across the front of the door, down the edge, down the back. Unless they're absolutely precise on how they align the holes, if you're slightly cocked up, down, left or right, that will become stiff. And in effect, you'll turn the handle, it will stay in. Right, that's covered the tubular latches. So we're moving on to a standard, what we call mortise lock or sash lock. Now, a sash lock is essentially a two-part component. This bit here is the deadbolt, and this will be operated by the key or the bathroom turn, and that in effect secures the door. This bit here is the catch or the latch, and the idea is that keeps the door secure when the door is closed, and it can be operated by the handle which operates this mortise opening. This area here is the fore end. Again, some considerations here. Often with quite often we have people who are replacing doors or replacing door furniture, it wears out. The chances of that fore end being exactly the same size as the one you took out, which is probably installed 50 years ago, is very, very limited. Ideally, go for a new door, get them refitted properly, or if the door is painted, what you can do in effect is refill the holes, re-chop them all out and reset them all. So a couple of things here. So again, just referring here, that there's your back set. And this bit here is another very important one. Handles come in standard sizes. Ours are all 57mm. So this one here has got 57mm centres. That's the centre of the mortise bar to the centre of the bathroom turn release. Other considerations are obviously how wide the body is and how thick the body is. Right, going on to the next type in our range. This one here is a 3-lever mortise lock. Obviously got keyhole, standard key, you can get these from Timpson anywhere. These come with 2. With all these particular products, you can reverse the way this sits. We've had quite a few phone calls saying, yeah, I like the catch, but it's the wrong way around. Well, inside here you've got a little thing which slides across, and you simply push that in and then turn it round and then realign it with the hole at the back here, and it comes through. So you then got a left or right hand opening. If I look at this one here, the cheaper model, yeah, you pull it out, turn it, and fix it back in again. So going on from there, so obviously this is your sash lock or your mortise lock. Obviously mortise refers to the method of actually entering into the door, where you actually mortise the door out. You often get people who simply have deadbolts only, and that will in effect be the same mechanism, usually quite a lot shorter, and it's really designed for adding extra security to the door. Likewise here, this is in a matching antique brass. This is the keeper which goes into the door frame, and likewise here, another thing I quite like with this particular range, again we've got this little chip guard here, and that in effect goes on, so you'll see a nice clean opening. Another thing you can take into consideration here with this particular one here, we've got again this bolt through connection, so things like lever on rose handles can be bolted through onto that one there. And that is about it. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, please give me a like on the button below, and thank you for watching.